Look, if you get to the end of the day and you don't in your head think, oh, I could have made this better, I could have had this better, I could have asked this better, I could have been more empowering here, I could have trusted a little bit more here. Like if you don't have like 10 of those at the end of the day, I think you're just walking through life clueless. If you don't think every day, now I'm not saying like I made a decision, launch the Columbia shuttle and people died. It doesn't need to be that dramatic, but you can make it better. You can be better every day. You just move on. Sometimes you don't need to apologize. Just move forward. Be better. I made a public commitment to my team to be a better leader, to not tell them what my thing was. Don't give any orders. If I tell you guys what to do, I want you guys to call me out on that. I want you to yellow card me. Whatever behavior you do, they're going to do. So if your team makes a mistake, do you want them to come tell you about it, or would you rather they just hide it?
Yeah.
Okay. You whatever behavior you do, they're going to do. So if you make a mistake, you come clean. You say, hey, I could have done better. I wasn't in a good frame of mind when I was running this meeting. I didn't really do a very good job listening, in my opinion. It was brought up to me, or maybe you just self-reflected on it. Then isn't that what you would want your people to do? Yeah. As leaders, we have this arrogant asymmetry in our perspectives. Well, I'm going to be like this, but you have to be like that. And it turns out there's a underlying pattern. All these different things that we say. And the pattern is they're structured from an industrial age era with two objectives. One is to reduce variability, collapse variability and uncertainty as soon as possible, which often means prematurely. And two, there's a coercive nature because the industrial age organization was designed so that one group of people made decisions and a different group of people had to implement the decisions that were determined by the first group of people. And it looks like this. This is your industrial age factory. You have all these people. These are people doing what they're told. And this one person over here, the foreman, is the person who's telling people what to do. So the point is, in that model, it's coercive. We don't say it. We use, it's motivational, it's inspirational, it's whatever. But it's fundamentally about getting someone else to do something you decided they needed to do. And it hit me like a light, like just a ton of bricks. Like, that's the model. It doesn't have to be that way. We can let the people who are doing the work make decisions about the work. How do we do that? We know it's better. And it came out through language. And so what I think is, my hypothesis is that our language is an industrial age language, and you can do everything you want to claim to be in an enlightened workplace and an enlightened leader, but unless you actually change the words you say. Now, this is the easiest and the hardest thing to do. You don't need software, you don't need to change laws of physics, but you have to change your habits. And there's so many people, myself included, that you're stuck in the patterns. There's some people, for example, who like to say the word right. So right, and then right, and right. No, wrong. Why do we have to? First of all, why are we saying right? It's a coercion. It's a micro coercion, to piggyback on another genre. It's a micro coercion because it's just saying, if you don't think this is right, you're the odd person out. And I just make it a little harder for people to disagree.
Yeah.
The structure of meetings where we talk about something and then we vote is inherently coercive because the conversation makes it harder for the outliers to speak up. We want it to be, because I'm not really, truly, honestly interested in a real conversation. So I say, hey, we should launch 737 MAX software, right? I mean, we've done a lot of testing all come out. I mean, you told me, yeah, that's what good. Blah, 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 blah. It's very important. Airbus is getting ahead of us.
We're ready to go, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do you guys think? One of our clients is a global construction company, and for anyone in construction, and anyone can imagine a construction site, there's a lot of top-down, do-what-you're-told kind of stuff. And every morning the team gets together. So I would observe these meetings. And so one morning I was in Boston observing a meeting, and it was a bunch of carpenters, and the foreman walks in, and he's a little bit of a younger guy, but he takes a very gruff tone. He uses the F-bomb about 15 times in the 5 minute. So we're going to do this. You good? Go. Now, you good? That's not really a question. I wouldn't put a question mark after it if I were writing it. It means you better be good, and you're on your way. And I'm not. No one had any questions. Then the head safety guy got up, and he asked 6 questions immediately in a row. Immediately went on to the next one. So you got the tools you need, right? You don't want anyone's hard hat to blow up, do you? And again, no one said anything. 40 people, no one said anything. And afterwards, I was like, were you really looking for responses to those questions? Well, yeah, they're just. The problem is these are these binary questions. Is it safe? Is it safe? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. So you got to say, how safe is it? So we changed it. So on the construction site, because literally no one's gonna say it's not safe to work today. We have a storm blowing in. We have 5 new people. We're going up on the 3rd deck. There's no railings. It's not safe. But if you ask every day, you say, how safe is it? 0 to 5, and people are going 5, 5, 5, and then one day they say 4. It's easy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're like, oh, something's changed.
Mm.
We were talking to a doctor's organization in Seattle. So this is when COVID hit. And one enlightened doctor started asking her team. The rest of them were like, you guys are good, right? You're good, right? And they would all say, yeah. They would all pretend to be good. They weren't good. They were nervous. Some of them when they had elderly parents, they would go home. So they'd be exposed as healthcare workers. They would go home, interact with elderly parents. They were super scared. So this one doctor says, how safe do you feel? Not, are you safe?
Mm.
And they're putting up, one person puts up a 0. That takes guts. I mean, you just put up a 3, but a 0. She said, first of all, thank you. You're the first person ever asked me that. And number 2, and she told a story. It was with this. My mom lives with me. If I get sick, she's gonna die. And I will know that I killed her.
Mm.
Can I work can I do something anyway? So the idea. So that's fist to 5.
Mm.
You got to ask your questions in a probabilistic way. We say start the question with the word how.
Mm-hmm.
How sure? How safe is it? Don't tell people just so that'll make your questions better.
Right.